Now, moving on, we do have a resident injury specialist here, Buffalo Late Night. If you want to follow along with any injury updates going with the Buffalo Bills, check out bangedupbills.com or on Twitter at bangedupbills. That is our guy, Dr. Kyle Trimble. Kyle, how are we doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing very well, guys. Thanks for having me on again.
Absolutely. Kyle, why don't we, as we are traveling to Southern California to SoFi Stadium, crazy to say that, to play the Los Angeles Rams, Kyle, how are we looking heading into week one?
We're looking pretty good, guys. There's only two injuries of concern on the injury report today. The first one that came out, we had Quentin Morris with a right hamstring strain. Suffered it last week going through practice. He says it wasn't a big deal, but he didn't practice at all today. And then they have to practice tomorrow, and then Wednesday it's likely to be an estimation since they have to fly out there. So I don't anticipate him playing unless he gets a full practice in on Tuesday. And then Tommy Doyle is out with a right foot injury. He suffered that back against the Colts in the first preseason game and has not practiced since then. So even if he could have a full practice tomorrow, I don't anticipate him playing because he's lost a lot of conditioning from that standpoint. So at this point, it seems like more like a general foot sprain for Tommy Doyle. There wasn't a definitive injury mechanism on film for what I saw, but we know that he's on the sidelines trying to getting some work in, and he's trying to do whatever he can to get back, but he's going to be a depth guy to begin with anyway. So losing him and even Morris, to begin with isn't a huge loss. We did see Jordan Poyer. He's out there tackling without the non-contact jersey on. Tim Sell's back out there again. And then Isaiah McKenzie got a groin designation. He suffered it right after the Carolina game in practice, but he's been moving around great, cutting, and even for some reason he couldn't go, we have Jamison Crowder, who has been healthy for a change. So everything's looking really, really good from the Bills standpoint.
Beautiful. And anything in terms of the Rams?
The only thing that of note for the Rams is Van Jefferson. He's dealing with a knee procedure he had back at the beginning of August. This was his second one on the knee. The exact diagnosis wasn't ever revealed, which is typically common. My thought was he could maybe have some type of clean out, arthroscopic surgery in there, just make the joint a little more easier to move around, a loose bodies, potential meniscus tear. And he had tweaked it at some point, which necessitated the second surgery, but he's listed as day-to-day, but did not practice today. So he does have 2 days to kind of get up and ready, but he hasn't been practicing, and I don't see how he plays on Thursday, especially when they have that longer turnaround time with regards to week 2, like we have heading into when we play Tennessee. So the other ones that are concerned or not concerned of note are Matthew Stafford with his elbow. He's been dealing with it all off season, and it's been more of a management thing. I've seen anywhere from a tendonitis to a partial UCL tear, bone spurs. I haven't gotten a good handle on what exactly the injury is. It sounds like it's more of a tendonitis or partial UCL tear. He can play with that because they're not throwing as fast as baseball pitchers, and they're also throwing a different arm angle. So it's just all about management and just try to make sure they don't overdo it and give him the proper reps. But they said confidently that they believe that he could throw 50, 55 times if they need to, and it's not going to be a problem there. So we'll see what that 55th time looks like, compared to the first, but I'm okay if they're throwing a lot, because that means they probably have to come from behind, I would think. And then Jalen Ramsey, he's been slowly ramping up after AC reconstruction surgery, or at least he had a procedure done on the AC joint, and he hasn't really been hitting guys, but I don't anticipate him having any issues come Thursday night. I think when the juices get out there flowing, he knows he's healthy enough to get out there and hit. It's just going to be a matter of hopefully he doesn't go re-injure that thing.
Sounds good. I like it. Not too many injuries going into week one. Keep it short and sweet.
Yep.
And should be a good game. Kyle, as always, we appreciate you, and we will see you for week 2.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Bills.
Go Bills.